Hello, everyone. So, like I was saying, we have always spoken about the medical aspects of alcohol. So, since it's a creative presentation, I want to focus on the religion and culture of alcohol today. Apparently, recently there was a huge ruckus in the Rajya Sabha over the alleged association of alcohol with Hindu deities. So, before I begin, I would like to say a disclaimer that I am not an atheist and I absolutely believe in the hundreds and thousands of gods that we have. And I do not mean any, intent to any religion or culture whatsoever. So, to start off with the Hindu mythology, among all our numerous gods, the one I've picked today is Lord Indra. So Lord Indra was one of the most strongest and important gods at one point in time. He was the god of war, the wielder of the thunderbolt, and according to the Rig Vedas, he is the god for whom the most number of Vedic hymns were dedicated to. But today, do you see any festivals for Lord Indra? Do you see idols of Indra being worshipped in our puja rooms? No. And you want to know why? The answer is alcohol. Rowdy and adulterous, he is later described in the post-Vedic passages as a hedonistic, intoxicated god and also a dipsomaniac. So when this alcohol, when a god, when the lord of Indra could not survive on alcohol, do you think you, being a mortal, can survive on the cheap surah that you are procuring from the neighborhood bar? Something to think about, right? So coming to the Islamic wars, apparently, way before Prophet Muhammad, Muslims still continue to consume alcohol. It's also mentioned in the Sunni hadiths that a lot of Muslim warriors were slain during the Uhud war with wine in their stomach, and this is a quote mentioned there. So apparently after this, that's when the Islam started prohibiting wine and any alcoholic beverages. And after this, the Islamic warriors hit a jackpot because many scholars and writers suggest the fact that Muslim warriors were sober while their enemies were possibly drunk was one of the most important reasons for Muslim regions being established, even though they were outnumbered in so many wars. So basically, when alcohol can lose battles, you might ask me, what battle are we fighting in this 21st century? Because life is good right now, right? But after all, I just want to say, you're going to lose the battle of life, aren't you? Moving on to the Norse mythology, apparently there was this person called Aegon who brew alcohol for the gods. So in one of these sessions, he hosted a big party where all the gods and goddesses were invited. In one of these parties, one of the gods, Loki, got so intoxicated that he started, having a fight with the gods, abusing them, questioning their fidelity, basically all those classical disinhibited behavior that we see so commonly associated with alcohol. So all the goddesses and gods were obviously pissed. So one of the gods, by the name of Seagull, got so irritated that she caught hold of Loki and tied him to a rock and suspended this venomous snake above him. Now he is paying for his sins, but like we see with alcohol patients, his wife was so disturbed by it that she decided to hold a cup collecting all this venom such that it doesn't hurt her husband. So imagine holding a cup for the rest of your life. Obviously, once in a while, it is supposed to spill over. So sometimes it did spill over Loki. And it was so painful that during that time, Loki was supposed to be writhing in pain. And legend has it that during this time is what causes earthquakes even today. So now we all know who's to blame for those terrible, terrible earthquakes, don't we? Alcohol. So moving on from religions to cultures and beyond. So I think some of you would have heard about Vikings. So they were these big, burly, bearded beasts who, rode on boats to innocent villagers, pillaging and plundering all these coastal areas. And trust me, they were apparently the most ferocious warrior clan to ever exist. So one of their most important gods, Odin, infamously suggested people against drinking
Dr.
alcohol and
Akshata,
intoxication.
two more minutes, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So basically what happened is they did not listen to their gods, and guess what happened? They're extinct now. They don't even exist. So basically, to summarize, my dear mortal friend, when gods, emperors, and kings couldn't survive alcohol, do you think you, a mere mortal, can survive it? I don't mean to be condescending, but in case if you ever require help, please remember you can only ask for it, and the rehab center is always here to help you. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Akshata, for that brief presentation. Now